Hello everyone, welcome to my new video which is about a dreadful mental disorder. Schizophrenia is a chronic severe mental disorder that affects the way a person thinks, acts, expresses emotions, perceives reality, and relates to others. Schizophrenia isn't as common as other major mental illnesses, affecting less than 1% of the US adult population, but it can be one of the most chronic and disabling. Contrary to popular belief, schizophrenia is not a split or multiple personality. Schizophrenia involves psychosis, a type of mental illness in which you can't tell what's real from what's imagined. At times, people with psychotic disorders such as schizophrenia lose touch with reality. Their world may blend confusing thoughts, images, and sounds together. Because of the distorted reality, people with this condition may show a strange and even shocking behavior. A sudden change in their personality or behavior is called a psychotic episode. The severity of schizophrenia varies from person to person. Some people have only one psychotic episode, while others have many episodes during their lifetime. In between psychotic episodes, you may lead a relatively normal life, still others may have more trouble functioning over time, with little improvement between full-blown psychotic episodes. Schizophrenia symptoms seem to worsen then improve in cycles known as relapses and remissions. Many people, including celebrities, live with a long-term chronic disorder known as schizophrenia. These are just some of the famous people who live with this disorder. Number 1. Lionel Aldridge. Lionel Aldridge is perhaps best known for his role in helping the Green Bay Packers win 2 Super Bowl championships in the 1960s. He went on to retire from playing to work as a sports analyst. Aldridge started noticing some change in his 30s that disrupted his life and relationships. He got divorced and was even homeless for a couple of years in the 1980s. Number 2. John Nash. The late mathematician and professor John Nash is perhaps most famous for the depiction of his story in the 2001 film A Beautiful Mind. The film chronicles Nash's experiences with schizophrenia, which is sometimes credited as fueling some of his greatest mathematical breakthroughs. Nash didn't give many interviews about his personal life, but he did write about his condition. He is famous for saying, "People are always selling the idea that people with mental illnesses are suffering. I think madness can be an escape. If things are not so good, you may be one to imagine something better." Number 3. Brian Wilson. Brian Wilson is well known as the genius behind Beach Boys. In 2010, Rolling Stone listed them as number 12 on their list of 100 greatest artists. Most people have heard of the Beach Boys before, but not everyone has heard about the struggle that Brian Wilson had with schizophrenia. Number 4. Veronica Lake. Veronica Lake was well known back in the 1940s for her role in Sullivan's Travels. An article on Fox News called her one of the most sought-after pin-ups of World War II. It would seem that she had it all, but things fell apart for her rather quickly. She was diagnosed as a child with schizophrenia, and her mental state continued to deteriorate throughout the years. The pressure of Hollywood got the better of her. She turned to alcohol, which only added to her problems. By the age of 47, she looked decades older and had been through multiple failed marriages. In fact, the day she got her star on the Walk of Fame, there were only 3 people there to witness it, and according to the New York Times, her memorial was not well attended. Number 5. Darrell Hammond. You might know Darrell Hammond as the comedian and actor that spoofed celebrities on Saturday Night Live. He's played the parts of Bill Clinton, Sean Connery, Donald Trump, and Al Gore. Behind the scenes, he was fighting a battle that most people didn't know about. In an interview with CNN, he talked about being abused as a child, the source of many problems later in life. He was eventually diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. He openly discussed the different medications he was on throughout his SNL career and that he would cut himself backstage. At one point, he was taken directly from the set to a psychiatric hospital. He isn't ashamed to share his story because, as he said in his interview, the fact is, I kept trying to get back up and then I did. As you can see, not everyone got the same ending as John Nash in A Beautiful Mind. Some of the celebrities mentioned were able to overcome the mental health challenges and other problems that came along with it, like drug abuse, homelessness, and self-harm. However, others, like Veronica Lake, could not. There are many options for treatment for disorders like schizophrenia. Getting proper treatment is the beginning of a successful recovery and living the best life possible. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed it.